I'm going to take you through a bit of a walk through the Seoul hiking trail, just a section of it, to give you sort of a taste of what it's like. Now, this is a nature reserve located right in the middle of Seoul in Gangnam, Seoul. And as you can see, behind it are these very new, very expensive apartment buildings, latte castle, etc. And then here is a much more humble house. Here is a little garden that belongs to the owners of that humble house. Here's a little parking lot that the owners of the garden allowed to be made so they could get some rental income from parked cars. And this is an entrance to the walking trail itself. And there are quite a few of these walking trails in the city, but they're really contingent upon one factor above all, which is whether there's a bit of a mountain territory that is somewhat hard to build on. And it is that mountainousness that really helps preserve certain little regions of nature within Seoul, as the rest of the city was just bulldozed in the most tremendous way and at the most rapid speed imaginable in order to further development. In this area where we're walking, surrounded by all these big apartment buildings, there was nothing but farmland after as recently as the 1960s and 70s. It was just all agricultural. There are millions upon millions of homes here now. God knows how many apartment buildings, but they just have basically steamrolled over all the farmland that was here up until the 1980s and 1990s. If you look back at archival photographs, you start to see the development really pick up pace. So this was a walking trail, or a little nature area, that originally was not developed into farmland because it was too hard to farm on. And it's been kept as a forest for people to exercise in. Now, that sounds great, but there have been problems. For example, there have been some Gangnam, some well-to-do families that have dug up deeds to large sections of this walking trail and try to claim the land as their own. You know, developers are much more sophisticated these days, and they can build on much more mountainous pieces of land. This is a very, very valuable piece of real estate. Those greedy families were blocked, for the most part, by city officials, GU officials, but not entirely. There is a section at the far end of this walking trail that was fenced off and looks like a little mini DMZ, because one of these rich, greedy families managed to successfully lay claim to a chunk of this territory. All of this walking trail should be public. But so there is a lot of tension behind the scenes, and there is always the risk of privatization.